Hello and welcome. In this video, we'll be discussing how to plot rational numbers on a number line. Again, rational number is just a fancy way of saying fraction, and so what we're supposed to do in this first problem is to plot the numbers -2/3 and 2 5/6 on a number line. Now, you've probably heard me say in the past that mixed numbers are of little use in mathematics, that they're difficult to work with. But this is actually one of those exceptions. So when you're actually plotting numbers, it actually can be easier if you have the numbers in mixed number form as opposed to improper form. So the first step in the process of plotting is, notice that if we just look at the interval between 0 and 1, you'll notice that a number of slash marks break the line segment between 0 and 1 up. So what I want you to do is to just count the number of pieces that those slash marks break that segment between 0 and 1 into. Pause the video and then restart after you've counted. So you should have gotten 6 pieces. And again, you're not counting the actual slash marks. What you're counting is the actual pieces. So this would be my first piece, my second piece, my third piece, my fourth piece, fifth, and sixth piece. So between 0 and 1, and actually between any two numbers, there are 6 parts. Well, what that means is that this first slash mark represents 1/6. The second one is 2/6. The next one is 3/6, 4/6, 5/6, and then 6/6 or 1. So if you look at what we're supposed to plot, the first number is -2/3. Well, because each of these slash marks represents a number over 6, our first job is going to be to turn -2/3 into a fraction over as something over 6. So step 1 when we're plotting is to do what I call make equivalent fractions. So -2/3 I want to make into something over 6. And again, the reason why is that each unit is broken into 6 equal pieces. So one of the things, again, we can do with fractions is as long as I multiply the bottom and top by the same number, I'm not changing the value of the fraction. So I have to be really careful. I don't want to change the value of -2/3. I just want to make it look a little different. So in order to get from 3 to 6, I'm going to multiply top and bottom by 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. -2 times 2 is -4. Looking at the other fraction that I'm supposed to plot, well, it's already a number over 6. So that one's okay. I don't need to worry about changing that one at all. So now all I'm going to do is plot what I've got. So the first fraction I'm going to plot is -4/6. So since it's negative, I start at 0 and I count 4 backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And right here is my first number. So this is my -2/3. And then 2 and 5/6, well, if it's 2 and 5/6, I start at 0 and it's 2 wholes, and then 5/6 beyond that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to plot my second number right here. So notice how nice it is if you actually make each fraction as something over 6. Notice how nice it is to actually plot the numbers. Alright, let's try one more, and you guys are going to try this one on your own, and then we'll go over it together. So number 3, we're supposed to plot -1/4 and 3.5. So pause the video and then restart it when you've given it a try. Okay, well, again, we've got a little problem here with 3.5 because if you counted the parts between 0 and 1, you should have gotten 4. So that means each one of these slash marks is really worth 1/4. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, or 1. So 3.5 is going to be difficult for us to plot. So what I'm going to do is take the fraction 1/2, and I want to, again, make an equivalent fraction where the denominator is 4. So because I don't want to change the value of my original, I'm going to times bottom and top by 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. Well, that means 3.5 is the same as plotting 3 2/4. So now let's plot our two numbers. So the first is negative 1/4. Okay, so each one of these slash marks is worth a fourth. So negative 1/4 is there. 3.5 means I have to go out to 3. And again, I change that to 3 2/4. So I go out 2 slash marks beyond 3. And there's my second fraction.